My name is Tonya, and I am post-divorce. And other than that, I wanted to tell it in case you happen to be there where this story reaches out as the voice of a similar situation and says, be strong. Perhaps just maybe my story might inspire some help or perspective. All right, so some backstory here. My parents divorced when I was 7 years old. Because my dad was a Navy SEAL, and so he traveled, literally, around the world often. Eventually, my parents' breakup was due to this. Then my mom married a man named Paul, and I went to live with them. Paul was seriously abusive to me. The worst part was that my mom knew about it, but let Paul do whatever he wanted. She kind of turned a blind eye to what was happening in our house. My dad would visit from time to time, and when he did, I would spend the weekend at his place. But being young and naive, I was too scared to talk about what was happening to me, even with my dad. You see, I've always been really close to my dad. He loved me and made me feel like the most important person in his life. When I was almost done with middle school, there was one time when I went to see my dad. We headed to the beach together, and I was wearing a pair of beach shorts. It was then that he noticed some bruises on my thighs. Hey, what is that on your leg? Nothing. I just got hurt. How? That is a pretty rough bruise. I just don't remember. You don't remember? Are you keeping something from me, Bunny? Dad, no. I must have gotten it in PE. You know you can tell me about anything. I may be away a lot, and maybe you're closer to your mom, but my love for you is just as strong, if not stronger. Dad, actually, I'm sorry I haven't told you this, but Paul, he's cruel to me. Cruel? How? Well, sometimes he hits me. I'm not saying it's without reason. I bear some blame too. One day I left the door open and his dog escaped. He used his belt on me. What? Where was your mom? Well, Mom turns a blind eye to it, darling. Fear not, this ends right now. I'm taking you to my place, and you will be staying with me. I'll have a serious talk with your mom. This ends now. Following that, my father took charge of the entire situation. After legal proceedings, he successfully obtained full custody of me. I moved in with him, and honestly, it was a way better setup. Due to his work commitments, my father had to be away often. During those times, I stayed at my aunt's place, which was just a few blocks away. My mother did extend an apology and attempted to reconcile when I initially moved in with my father. However, she eventually cut me off. The truth is, I was not as close to her as I was to Dad. Anyway, I soon left for medical school, earned a degree, and obtained my license. It had always been my dream to become a cardiologist. Both my dad and my aunt were immensely proud of my achievements. During that phase of life, they were the only family I had. I was not particularly outgoing, but I had a couple of close friends. Given my profession as a doctor, it was my responsibility to be warm and approachable to people, so I made an effort to become more extroverted. To my surprise, I turned out to be quite adept at it. My first encounter with my husband, Justin, took place at a karaoke bar. Normally, a karaoke bar would not have been my top choice for hanging out, but it happened to be my friend's birthday, so we went there anyway. Justin happened to be there too. He needed a partner for the time of his life, and since I'd casually mentioned in front of my friends that Justin was cute, they practically pushed me to do it with him. It turned out to be a really enjoyable night, and we exchanged numbers. As we continued to get to know each other, we began dating, and I introduced him to my dad. After a while, my dad liked him right away. Justin had an inherently likable personality. He worked as a marketing assistant in the corporate world and gave me the love and care that I had lacked before my dad stepped in. He seemed like a very composed and well-rounded individual. He expressed a desire to start a family, And just 1 year into our relationship, he took me back to the same karaoke bar where we first met to propose to me. I think it's time for us to start the family we've always talked about. What do you mean, babe? Tanya, there is something I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. What is it, Justin? Well, when we first met at that karaoke bar, I had no idea I was meeting the love of my life. You have brought so much happiness and warmth into my life, and I can't imagine spending it with anyone else. Tanya, will you marry me? Oh, baby, yes. I'll be completely honest. While some people might find it perfectly okay to get married within a year, for me and the emotional walls I had built over time, it felt a bit early. I said yes at the moment, but had many thoughts about it afterward. I loved Justin deeply. I was afraid that if I asked for more time, he might consider ending our relationship, so I decided to go along with it. We had a very private wedding ceremony. I invited my mother, but she didn't show up, which was somewhat disappointing because, after all, she was my mother. However, my dad was there, and I was immensely grateful for his presence. He walked me down the aisle, and I was officially married to Justin. A year into our marriage, we were blessed with a beautiful baby girl. I remember after my delivery, the room was filled with balloons and flowers as everyone came to visit. My dad, Justin, and his parents. As a new mother, I decided to take some time off work to be with my daughter. That early time with Amanda was incredible, and I still cherish every moment of her babyhood. There's truly nothing as beautiful as bringing a child into this world. It is a testament to the wonders of life. Justin was working during this time, but eventually I had to return to my job. Justin was something else when it came to being a dad. He had this knack for being super playful and gentle with our daughter. I mean, the guy would even let her go to town with makeup on his face. He was a real sweetheart as a dad. But here's the thing, with both of us having to head back to work, we decided to bring in a nanny to look after Amanda. She was a little bundle of energy, and we wanted her to have the best care while we were away. After some time, I got pregnant again, and then out of the blue came the shocker. The doctor revealed that I was not just expecting one more addition to our family. We were having twins. It wasn't exactly what we had planned for, but let me tell you, it sure brought a boatload of joy into our lives. Little did we know that with the arrival of our children, the dynamics of our marriage were about to shift. Justin wasn't exactly thrilled that I earned more than him. He didn't openly discuss it with me, nor did he mention it, but I got wind of his feelings when our friends Carrie and Dylan came over for dinner during my 3rd trimester. So how are you guys feeling about the babies on the way? Oh, we are excited, a little nervous, but mostly excited. Speaking of babies, have you guys thought about names yet? Oh yes, we've been brainstorming. We want something unique, but not too out there, you know. Any favorites so far? Well, we have been tossing around a few ideas, but haven't settled on anything just yet. How about family names? Those can be really meaningful. Absolutely, we've been shopping a lot lately. We've been researching strollers that can accommodate multiple babies. It's been overwhelming, but we'll figure it out. It's amazing how much stuff you need for 2 babies, right? Just tell me about it. Our checklist keeps getting longer. Tanya, do you miss being at work a bit? You know, being a doctor is tough, but when you treat people and help them, it just feels so good to see their smiles. Wow, a corporate worker and a doctor. Do you even manage to find time to make all these babies? Come on, Justin. I'm pretty sure your wife must be the money bag in the house, you know. Well, you know how it is, Dylan. I actually earn more than Tanya. Ask Crew this. Let's bring out the dessert. I could not believe what Justin had said. Why would he just lie about something like that? After Dylan and Carrie left, while we were doing the dishes, I finally decided to talk to him about it. Justin, can we talk for a moment? So what's on your mind? You said you earn more than me, but that's not true, is it? No, it's not true. Justin, why on earth would you lie about something like that? I don't know, I guess I was just embarrassed. It felt awkward. Embarrassed? I had no idea this was such a sensitive topic for you. I am not sensitive. I'm a man, and I should be the one in charge. You've never complained about it before. What has got you so worked up now? I just don't want people to think I'm some kind of loser. Okay, Justin, if it works for us, it works for us. Who cares what other people think? Yeah, whatever. Justin's response left me feeling uncomfortable. It came across as somewhat misogynistic. What was the problem if our arrangement worked for us? I never had an issue with having a husband who contributed less financially. After all, money is not what keeps a family together. At that point, I had a lot on my plate, so I did not dwell on it too much. 2 months later, the big day finally arrived. My pregnancy had been complicated, but eventually, I gave birth to a set of twin baby boys. I held my precious little boys, Abe and Leon, with both my hands in the hospital bed. Our family feels complete. Baby, you've made me the happiest man alive. I love you. It was not all me. Babe, Amanda, look at your baby brothers. Aren't they so cute? Baby brothers. Yes, sweetheart. Do you want to sit next to Mom? Yes. Say hello to your baby brothers, Amanda. At that moment, I felt an overwhelming contentment with my life. I dreamt of being the best mom to all my kids, something I had never gotten from my mother. My deepest desire was to provide them with everything they wished for and shield them from all the bad things in the world. Soon I took the babies home, and we had the whole nursery set up for them. Justin and I both took some time off work. While Justin eventually returned to the office, I didn't. Things got really tough at home, juggling the care of the babies and Amanda. We were in a tight spot financially, and things weren't exactly rosy. I had a strong desire to give my family the best of everything, and I had the means to do so. But we also needed a parent at home to take care of the kids. It was a challenging situation, and we needed to find a way to make it work. The issue was the significant income gap between us. Justin brought in only $30,000 a year, while I earned $150,000 a year. From my perspective, it made sense for me to continue working. I had a good career and a well-paying job with the potential for salary growth. I thought I would talk things out with Justin, and he would understand my viewpoint. But things did not go my way. We had just finished dinner, and Justin and I were in the twins' room to check up on them. 3 kids. We always planned for 2, but I'm not complaining. They're so cute. Yeah, they are. Well, I want to talk to you about something. Sure, what's on your mind? We need to secure all our kids' futures, you know. I know, I might be thinking too far ahead, but we can provide them with better opportunities. We can even help them with their college if they need it. You're right. If I continue with my job, we can save more. And if I work for a few more years, I'll likely get a raise. That would be amazing. But who will stay with the kids at home while we are working? What if you quit working and stay home to take care of the kids? What? Are you kidding me? No. You get along with them so well. What I mean is, I am the man of the house. Just because you have a higher-paying job does not make you the decision maker. Justin, are you kidding me? Can't you see? We would have had a better life if I went to work instead. Seriously, is your ego that fragile that taking care of the kids makes you think you're less of a man? Justin looked really furious, something I had never expected. He raised his hand at me and slapped me right across my face. "How dare you say that to me? You're trying to be the boss, aren't you? Just stay within your limits. Do what you're asked to do, and more importantly, listen to me." Justin left the room, leaving me standing there in shock. It brought back memories of the past. I was utterly stunned. How could my husband, the father of my children, someone I thought was the love of my life, do this to me? I am not suggesting all men are the same, but there are some who are incredibly insecure about their masculinity. I was devastated to realize Justin was one of them. I felt a mix of anger, sadness, and most of all, fear. I was scared to be around Justin, unsure of what he might do if I made another wrong move. That night, I could not exactly sleep. I spent it on the couch, contemplating my options. I knew I needed to get out of this marriage, not just for my sake, but for the kids as well. I had been through a similar situation when I was young with my mom's husband, Paul. My dad had taught me well after that, showing me how a real man should treat women. Then one of the twins started crying on the baby monitor, and it hit me. We had the baby monitor in the twins' room, and it must have recorded everything that had happened. I had solid proof. The first thing I did was extract the footage, and I got what I needed. Then an idea began to form in my mind. I waited until morning, making sure Justin and the kids were still asleep. Then I made a call to my dad. "Good morning, Bunny. Hey, Dad, you're calling me so early today. Is everything all right?" "No, Dad. Something happened last night. I need help." "What, are you safe, honey? What happened?" "Yes, for now." "Well, last night Justin and I argued, and things got out of hand. He slapped me." "What? How dare he? Why did you wait all night to call me?" "I did not know what to do, Dad." "Sweetheart, remember what I have always said. I'm here for you whenever you need me. I mean it well." "Dad, the thing is, all of this happened while we were in the twins' room, and it got recorded on the baby monitor." "Bingo. We have proof. We're going to get that bastard. I know some people in law enforcement. Stay put. Where is Justin right now?" "He's still sleeping." "Why don't you send me that video and get the kids?" "I'm coming." I woke up Amanda and gathered the twins, hastily packing a bag for them. I forwarded the recording to my dad. Anxious, I waited in the living room. Just 15 minutes after the phone call, there was aggressive knocking on the door. As I approached the door, I could hear Justin coming down the stairs. "Who's at the door and why are the babies here? What's going on?" "Open the door. It's the police." "The police? Who called them here?" Justin rushed down the stairs, and as he did, I opened the door. The first person to enter the house was my dad, and he hugged me tightly. "Thank God, honey, you are safe." "I'm so sorry." "Thanks for being here." "Dad, you're under arrest for assaulting your wife. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be provided for you." "Is this about last night? You've got this all wrong. It was just a big misunderstanding." The police officer handcuffed him. "Get these things off me." I said, "Oh, you're going to pay for this. I promise you, I will break your jaw if you ever speak to my daughter like that again. Consider yourself lucky that I did not handle this myself. Take him, officer." My dad drove me and the kids to his place. Both Justin and I hired attorneys, and there was a lot of courtroom drama. Surprisingly, Justin's criminal record included a bar fight where the other person ended up hospitalized for a month. I had no idea of this. As a result, Justin was sentenced to 3 months in jail. I sent him the divorce papers, and not only did I gain custody of my children, But Justin also did not receive any visitation rights. I had a lot to figure out, but my dad offered me a solution. You know, I am a retired man. If you like, we can take care of the kids here until you have something else going on for you. No pressure, Dad. That would mean a lot to me while I figure things out. Furthermore, I've met someone named Kathy. She brings me a lot of joy. Would you mind if she moved in here too? I had already asked her before all this happened, and I was going to inform you. But no, Dad, I'm more than pleased. I'm glad you found someone. You can return to work, and Kathy and I will look after the kids. Sounds perfect, Dad. It has been 6 months since we moved into my dad's house, and a lot has transpired during that time. Justin was released from jail, but did not attempt to contact me. I got back to work, I moved in, and met Kathy. She possesses wisdom and experience, and she's very affectionate. Surprisingly, she also provides me with motherly advice, and it feels like she fills a void. All my kids are healthy, and Amanda has started preschool. Honestly, I believe I might need more time to fully recover from everything. However, on the brightest side, I'm grateful for everything I have. For now, I am just concentrating on my work and my kids. It may take time to heal and grow, but surrounded by the love of my family, I know I will find my way.